get the wind out first before we go any further about it. So we'll say, hello everybody, welcome to another... But, okay.
That's the blooper reel.
That's the blooper reel. Hello everyone and welcome to another Kidstructor. I'm here once again via Zoom with Arthur. It seems it's just the two of us for this set of three we've done today so far, but how are you just now anyway?
Well, you know, day's been good, kept going, so nothing to complain about.
No, nothing to complain about at all. Now, this is another pick from yourself. I think we're giving you an opportunity to pick a lot today, but this one is one of your favourites.
Yes, from, oh Christ, it's very old. It was VHS style that I remember it from. Never on the TV, so weird one. But it was, yeah. I remember having the collection, the full VHS collection, and I just thought, well, why not throw it into your list and see if we can randomly pull it out one day, and we're here. So it's
We have
Visionaries, Knights of the Magic Light.
As we've been doing with these three, because we're socially distanced, we're not able to see it together and live, so we are just clicking the button after a countdown. Hopefully it's just about in sync and we're all listening to it. And feel free to comment on your knowledge of the characters, because it's something I'm completely oblivious to. I don't know this one at all, Arthur. So you ready to press your play button?
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
Ready? Just give me the countdown.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science, and only those who control the magic control destiny. They are the Visionaries.
Recon drives faster. Our Lord Darkstorm expected us back long ago.
At the wages he pays us, he's lucky we're coming back at all.
Hi there! Wait! Stop! Please stop! Recon, we're late. We don't have time.
How may we be of service, my man?
You have technology. Please, help my people, the free citizens of Kemir. Kemir?
One of the great centers of the old technology.
Yes, it's been overrun by the jungle. No machines function there anymore, and my people starve.
That sounds like Jim Cummings.
Help us. We'd better tell Darkstorm first.
Can you guide us to your city?
Of course. Recon?
What is this?
It represents fantastic technology.
Not technology, but magic. These two knights are the
Oh, he sounds like
masters
Jim
of the
Cummings.
age.
Maybe it is.
And if you pledge allegiance to me,
I'll probably check once we've watched.
True master of the
But you're
age
right, it
will
does.
their pledge.
The people of Kenya bow before no one.
There goes Mordred in the dagger dart. Let's get the capture chariot out of sight.
Now, are they the same crew or are they different?
I smell rusted.
Don't get this. They're the Visionaries, are they?
Yeah, they're the Visionaries. The basic gist is kind of like stories of old with King Arthur and that, where you have the good kingdom run by Arthur, and then you have the oppositions run by Mordred and that.
Right. I see, because they all got the kind of thing on the chest, so I wasn't quite sure who was who.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite
basically
subtle
blue.
black and white fight, good and evil sort of colour schemes. So
No, they've used rather bright colours on the way to try and differentiate it in the...
the fact they can change into animals is intriguing.
Yeah. So with the failure of technology, magic became the predominant source of power. And each side was given champions. So each of them was given an animal that represented kind of like their inner self.
Although your robot slaves
So the blue ones are all the good ones, and the green ones are all the bad ones.
If you accept my overlordship and carry out the plan we've discussed, you will soon have human slaves to carry out your every wish.
Weary travelers, I'm sure I speak for our leader, Prince Leoric. Welcome and enter.
He's an ineffectual guard, isn't he?
He is indeed. Naivety is something that the show is something.
It would be safer if they stayed outside the city walls.
Ektar, have a heart. These people are suffering. All they're asking is a little food and a safe place to sleep.
Yes, Galadriel is right. It's not often we can offer such simple help and do such good. People of Khmer, know that
I noticed how the older one, or the most intelligent one, or the most wise one seems to have a moustache.
Yes, it tends to be a thing of the 80s, as seniority is depicted by moustaches.
Yes. And I'm sorry to say, but the token lady in there as well, who can hold her own, but is kind of full of compassion and sweetness. Yeah.
Arm isn't quite up to it.
Yeah.
Got to report back. Yes, those Khmerites mean nothing but trouble for New Valaric. But after the beating the chariot's taken, we're lucky it's moving at all.
Sounds like they got Frank Welker in this as well. Obviously, it doesn't matter.
Open the gate and light the torch.
That's the signal! New Valaric is ours!
Seems like a very trusting guard in the first place.
Yeah, he was. I think we would have had somebody who was a bit more sceptical, like the one inside being the guard.
Leoric! The Darkling Lords are within the walls!
My power staff is gone. It's been stolen.
I'll bet our innocent guests had something to do with this. Maybe you're right.
Why, you innocent guest? Why don't you?
Yep. That has that kind of vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah. So they may have the staffs, but it looks like they've got their own suits with the magic in it as well.
Yeah, so the champions were all given suits, or their suits hold the magic, but the staffs are for like the higher, if that makes sense.
Right.
I'm trying to think of it as like the... trying to think of the word.
Whispered secrets of a shattered age. I summon you. Renew this
I can't think of it now. It's gone. I hate it when that happens.
Oh, and watch out behind you.
Hear me, spectral knights. If you wish me to spare your leader's life, lay down your arms and surrender. As of this moment, you are all slaves. Recon, would you do the honors?
Orzan, I may want them back someday.
It's a little bit graphic, isn't it? Showing skeletons.
Darkling Lords,
Yeah.
prepare for tomorrow's tournament where we'll determine who gets the captured power staffs.
Move it, slaves.
Keep your hands off!
Steady, cryotech. Not now.
Seems a bit weird that they've taken their power, their magic tokens, but they still have suits of armour on.
I think a bit strange.
Each with our own limitations and abilities.
Oh, I'm sorry, Feral.
Leoric, so far your career as a slave has been easy. But if Arzon does not give himself up immediately, all of you will be sent to the vanadium mines to work until you drop.
So he's now the last hope.
Mines were deadly for robots. I wonder how
Yep.
humans will fare.
If Arzon does not surrender,
We shall soon know.
A free man surrender himself into slavery? Even to save his friends? It is too much to ask.
Look! Spectral knights are so predictable. Trying to escape? When I
Pardon me?
sound the alarm, you'll all be sent to the vanadium mines, and Darkstorm will have to make me a knight!
He's a
Yep.
Darkstorm!
Kind of reminds me of James T. Kirk.
Marna, what are you doing there? Belazar! What in the name of Iron Mountain do you want? It was nothing, Darkstorm!
I could have told you that.
Let the tournament continue!
My lord, do you think I might be worthy to compete for a star?
Yes, Mordred, you may compete against Kravex! Stay, you miserable mug! Stay! Stay! I'll get you! I'll get you yet! It's working! Their magical powers are being restored!
It's funny how they know how to work the machine to reverse the powers.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
Nor will anyone else.
Forgive me, my lord.
Get them, you fools! Triotech's power staff!
Somebody's going a bit.
Did you really go there?
Yes.
Oh.
Nature's hand, I craft fire art. What once was one now fly apart. Three suns aligned, draw forth their light, and fill the archer's bow with might.
By what creeps, what crawls, by what does not, let all that grows recede and rot!
Oh, no, you don't.
They definitely had the limerick thing down in this.
They did.
The spider bites Leoric.
Yes, the spectral knights may lose the day!
Not this day.
Orzan, you saved me.
It was the least I could. My slaves! What is wrong? I order you to get back! We have done your work long enough!
Now you will do ours.
You miserable squirming
Slaves revolt. Slaves revolt.
Uprising of the robots.
Get in, you fool, and get us out of here!
Run away like a coward as always.
The arrows turn, the swords repel, may nothing pierce this mortal shell!
Gravity must work a little differently because I'm sure it would have fell down on them as quicker than what they said to say that incantation, but there we are.
Sent the Darkling Lords scurrying
Yeah.
back to the rat's nest they came from.
But before that, you were bitten by the spider of fear.
So that's what that was. The fear of being forced into slavery by those I myself had enslaved.
This is no fear, but the truth. We Chimerites have been so enslaved for years.
Well, I, for one, intend to declare my freedom by renouncing slavery forever.
Belazar, what about you?
Someday, I hope to prove worthy of knighthood. But until then, I would like to stay here and help the free people of New Velodic rebuild what's been destroyed. Sounds suspiciously like work. Yes, it will be a new experience for all us Chimerites.
but I think we will find it most satisfactory.
May the light shine forever! May the light shine forever!
Yeah, I couldn't see if that was Jim Cummings or not, but there we are.
Yeah, the credits kind of rolled past a little faster than I thought.
Very American.
But yeah, indeed, yes. That was one of the downsides. Probably why it never took off as well over here in the UK is due to its very idealized American format.
Yes,
But,
idealized. I think is a polite way of putting it, but I think it's animated through America. I think it was animated in Japan as well, but those are some of the people that were animating. So
Yeah,
yeah.
That literally, I've just seen the credit here. It's literally a division of Hasbro Inc. So, yeah, it was looks like it's been a joint venture, possibly drawn up by some Japanese, especially with some of those unique magical monsters, should we say? Very
Yeah, the animation's very much what you would seen from overseas animation companies of the time.
overseas exports at the time, yeah.
Because most of these TV shows that Americans would have had in that time would have been from other countries. The only company that was still doing stuff was Filmation at that point, and they weren't far along from finishing at that point too. So
yeah. So yeah, definitely a unique show. Jumping into one of the mid episodes was very unique.
Very interesting. As you probably guessed, I didn't quite understand some of the plot lines, and it took me a minute for you to explain who was goody and who was baddie there before I got into it. But
the downside is the pilot episode, as we'd call it now, was a 3-part, 20 minutes each. So that's like, what's that? That's a full
minutes.
hour.
Yeah.
A full 60 minutes just to kind of get the basic gist of what has happened in this. And I thought we'd jump in, and if you had any questions as we went through, you could jump in and ask. But an hour just to explain the backstory is a bit long.
It is a bit long, but that's the thing when you're trying to make something as complicated as that for kids. It wasn't in the era of binge watching like it is now, where you can get away with that sort of thing. It was in the era where it was every Saturday morning, they'd show the cartoon, and then wait to the next
Exactly.
week. So you really needed ones that you could pick up straight away, which is why Thundercats and He-Man and things like that worked, because they were immediate character identification.
Yeah, there was no essential extended plot. It was all contained within the one episode, and you could miss something, and it wouldn't affect any of the other episodes. Whereas this, unfortunately, you needed to see the first 3 episodes in a way to comprehend what the next, I think it was 10 episodes after that was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. An interesting show.
Interesting
I think
reaction.
I just liked it because it was... Yeah. Yeah. I think that I liked it mostly because back in the day I was into Magic and Knights of the Round Table, and this was kind of like a futuristic version of it with technology thrown in as a wee side plot.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it was a good wee reminder of the old days of cartoons, of watching them, as you said, weekly on a Saturday type thing.
I mean, I see why it's enjoyed. I can see why it may or may not have had success. I can see why you would possibly have enjoyed it. So it's not like I'm completely oblivious to the facts. I just find it a little bit strange overall with the premise and concept, because it's not something I'm used to, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And leave your comment down below if you remember Visionaries, and give me your comments about what you thought of that. I'm kind of... Really? I'm not quite sure is probably my answer to that. It didn't seem to have all the bits and pieces to make it work as a long-term cult series. I maybe understand why it didn't run as long as it could have. What was it, 1 season, 2 seasons?
Just the 1 season, the 13 episodes.
13 episodes,
it was literally just a 1 season hit, basically.
Thank goodness I don't do reviews out of TARDISes or anything else for these things. That's just for the Doctor Who reviews, because it would be quite low down otherwise, in my opinion, I think. But
I give this a 1 magical staff out of 5.
Quite right. Yeah, I don't know if I could get a copyright-free sound effect for that, but there we are. But there we are.
True.
But yeah, that was interesting. It wasn't the best Kidstructor I've done. I'll be openly honest about it. But you know what? There's going to be ones where that happens, and especially when you get choices of other people, where I mean, I've got lots of choices I could still do myself, but it's nice to have other people involved. It's been nice having you involved today with what we've recorded, and thank you very much for helping out with that. Don't worry, I think normal service will be resumed very soon with Fraser being involved. Don't worry about that. But it has been good and nice change to have somebody different on there, and thank you, Arthur, for your contribution. It's been much appreciated.
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah, good experience today. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with the hashtag TeamStructor. If you like the channel as a whole, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell.
Bing!
Sorry, I have to do that. So you know when a new video comes out. He's being too much there, but never mind. And if you want to be more than just a hashtag TeamStructor, you can join our Patreon as well. It starts from $1 a month at and I said YouTube there, patreon.com/Deanstructor. You get lots of different features and benefits available there. Check it out, have a look. You can contribute from at least $1. But that's it for now. Thanks, Arthur, for joining in once again.
Thank you for having us.
Yep, and we'll see you next week with it's a Streamstructor next week. That's going to be fun. A July one. I don't know how it's going to work with us by that point. Well, are we out lockdown? Are we not? We don't know. We'll record this in February with no idea. But there we are. But we'll see. We might have had a jabs by then. You never know. But I hope so. I hope so too. Anyway, Thanks guys for watching as always, and we'll see you later. See you later.